Booktube, this is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. I know I have done a lot of tags lately, but I have to do this one because it is the Booktube Journey Tag, which was created by Katie at Books and Things, who is one of my favorite booktubers. And Katie, I'm so flattered that you tagged me. Thank you so much. Katie tagged a ton of people, and I have so many new channels that I've recently discovered, and so I am going to tag people. I'm just not going to mention the channels in the video, but that doesn't mean, and again, if I don't tag you and you want to do the tag, please go for it and let me know that you've done the video. And for those of you without channels, I would love to hear about your booktube journey in the comment section down below. So feel free to answer any of these questions. Question number 1, how long have you been watching booktube? So first of all, I actually started listening to booktube in 2018. Jason started watching it, and then in March of 2018 he started his channel, which is when I started watching booktube. And then question 2, how long have you been making videos? So my first video went up at the end of June 2018. So we're coming up on year 6, but yeah, so question 3, what made you start making videos? Jason was so passionate about booktube when he first started watching it and started making videos, and I started making videos because I wanted to share it with him, and I'm so glad that I did. I really never thought my channel would, I was hoping for 15, 30 subscribers, so didn't really think that things were gonna happen the way that they did, but I'm glad. Question number 4, are there people who have played a significant role in your booktube journey? There are so many people, in addition to Jason, my husband. There's so many people with and without channels who have played a huge role in my booktube journey. I do have to say though that I owe a lot of people who are watching my channel right now to Steve Donahue. And Steve has been very, very kind to me over the years, and yeah, but like his voice extends so far into booktube, which I think he sometimes forgets. But really, like, if he mentions your channel, you will feel it. You will know something has happened. So thank you so much, Steve. I really appreciate it. And the other person who has played a significant role in my booktube journey is Katie from Books and Things, because yeah, she was one of the first booktubers I started watching. I have just loved watching her booktube journey since I began, and yeah, all the wonderful, exciting things that have happened to her, and yeah, she's just really inspired me a lot. And the other person that I have to mention, she doesn't have a channel, but it's Jo Smith. Jo has supported me and stood by me, and we have read some absolutely amazing books together over the years, and I'm so incredibly grateful for her friendship. So okay, let's see. Question 5, what kind of books do you like to read? I feel like I just answered this in a tag, but I feel like my reading is pretty eclectic, with the exception of maybe like science fiction, which I'm trying to reach out and expand into, but I feel like I read a lot of, and I don't read a lot of new releases unless they win the Pulitzer Prize. So otherwise, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's eclectic, maybe Victorian lit, a little Victorian lit heavy, but otherwise I feel like I read nonfiction, I read a lot of backlist older books. So yeah. Let's see, how has that changed? Question 6 is, how has that changed since you started on booktube? I'm going to come back to this a little bit later. Question number 7, what kind of videos do you most like to make? I I like making chatty videos, where, you know, there's a lot of conversation in the comment section, and I don't know, like, I love my Friday Reads videos because I can pretty much do whatever I want with them. I can, in addition to giving you a reading update, I could do a haul, I could do a tag. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff, right? So, and I've kind of a core group of people. Thank you, core group of people who watch my Friday Reads videos. But yeah, so some of them leave a comment every single week. I start to worry when I don't hear from them. So yeah, it's great, and it's just it's a great atmosphere, I guess, on the Friday Reads videos. So I'm super glad that I started making those. And how has that changed since you started on Booktube? Do you think your video making style has changed over time? So again, I didn't always do Friday Reads. It wasn't until Jo Smith actually told me how much she enjoyed watching people's Friday Reads videos. And I was just like, really? And so I gave it a try, and yeah, it's been great. It's been so great. As far as like video making style, I think we've well established that this is a rough and ready kind of Booktube channel, a little raw. I don't spend 3 hours doing my makeup before I turn on the camera. This is the real me. There is no makeup on. No, I did curl my hair and I put on a pair of earrings. That was about it. But yeah, like I have thought about trying to figure out some technology to make my thumbnails a little more interesting, but I'm not. Yeah, I haven't done very much in the way of pursuing that. So, okay. Question 9, do you script or edit your videos, and has that changed over time? So, no scripts. I don't like the scripted feeling. I want my videos to feel really real and really sincere and genuine. That's what I'm going for. And so, I have scripted a few book reviews, and book reviews are definitely the videos that have the most notes if there's not a script. But I did script my review for Beloved because I was so concerned about making sure that I said what I wanted to say about that video. So, yeah. So generally though, no script, and that's since day one. And let's see, what was the follow-up on that question? Editing videos. So yes, I do edit my videos. I have gotten much better at iMovie. In terms of editing, I still can't do music or anything like that. But you know, the editing part, yeah, it's still time consuming, but it's gotten much easier for me to do. Like, I initially had to have Jason help me a lot, and I was so glad. Question 10, what's the most viewed video on your channel? So the 2 videos that have the most views on my channel are Jason Cuts My Hair, which has 7.2 thousand views, Bookish Haircut with Jason, 5.3 thousand views. Those are because I tapped into HairTube, which is a whole other part of YouTube. If you want, you can look. I have a playlist that just has the 2 haircutting videos on it. I wish I hadn't done them. I wish I hadn't done them because although if you subscribe to my channel, like, let me know. Let me know that it was worth it. If you are still here after watching Jason cut my hair in the backyard twice, yeah, I would love to know that. I one day hope that my Les Miserables review, which is the 3rd most viewed video on my channel, and it currently has 3.5 thousand views. So one day I hope that will be my #1 video on my channel, and I will link to that video down below. Okay, let's see. Question number 11. What's your favorite video you've made? By all means, my favorite video is my Alice in Wonderland fake crate, which still hasn't even surpassed 200 views, and I made it well over a year ago. So I will link to that down below, and I explain what a fake crate is if you're not familiar with that. It's kind of unique to my channel, and I have a whole playlist of fake crates if you like them. I don't care that it didn't have very many views because I had so much fun making it. Question 12. Do you have a favorite book you've read because of Booktube? So this is kind of going back to, how has your reading changed? So there are two authors that I probably would not have, one, discovered, and two, the other one I may have read a little bit, but nowhere near as much as I've read since joining Booktube. So one of those authors is, of course, Anthony Trollope, who I think I had maybe heard of. I think I'd heard of the Palliser series or something like that before Booktube, but never sought out any of those books. And of course, now I live in a place where nobody sells Trollope. So, but the biggest difference, you guys, is Shakespeare. I've fallen in love with Shakespeare on Booktube, and especially because of Shaktember, which again is a monthly event in September where we read Shakespeare plays and celebrate all things Shakespeare. And please mark your calendars and join us. It's hosted by myself, Nicole at Day of Small Things, and again, my husband Jason at Old Blues Chapter and Verse. And yeah, reading Shakespeare, it's been a game changer. Question 13. Do you have a favorite Booktube experience to tell us about? Oh my God, this could be a whole video. That could be a whole video. I'm gonna go with my most recent favorite experience on Booktube, which is the I'm So Annoyed tag, and I cannot believe how much fun it has been to discover all of these new channels. I don't know what I was expecting. Actually, I will tell you, I didn't think it would do very well because I've never had an original tag do very well. And more than 100 people have done that tag, and there's a whole playlist. If you go to my playlist, you can see everyone who has done that tag. A group in, I think they're in Germany. I'm not 100% sure. I have not. I'm gonna try to leave a comment somehow, some way on their video. It's a group of people talking about the I'm So Annoyed tag. But yeah, so it's just been astonishing. It's been so great for me to find all of these new channels. The thing I loved about it was you could tell when it spilled into kind of different pockets of Booktube where those people were all watching each other's channels, and because they would all say the same thing. They'd be like, why would a publisher, why would anyone print a series and change the covers halfway through? Why did they change the size of these books? Why? It was just great. I loved it. So I have been very blessed. I've had tons of wonderful experiences on Booktube, and yeah, so that's been maybe the most recent one. Let's see. Okay. Question 14. What does your book collection look like? So I made a whole video about this. You can see part of my library. This is maybe close to half, not quite half behind me. Then there's more on the other side, but I made a whole video about it. I'm going to link to it down below. Question 15. This this is the big one. What advice would you give to people starting a booktube channel? Okay. So I made a whole fake crate booktube newbie fake crate video, and I'm gonna link to that down below, so you should definitely watch that if you're thinking of starting a booktube channel. But even just small booktubers, there's been this weird phenomenon lately where people have like tapped into the algorithm or whatever, and their channels after 5 videos have just skyrocketed or whatever, which is great. I'm so happy for them. Wonderful. There is an advantage to being a smaller channel because you can experiment. You can do different things. You can make mistakes and not have the consequences that it might happen when you have a much larger audience. You can try things out. You can do, I started out and I wore my hair in pigtails for I don't even know how many videos, you guys. Why did I do that? I don't know. But I would say the other piece of advice for small channels or people who are thinking about it is to comment on a lot of videos, which I did not do. And you can even think of what you want your channel to be called and not make any videos, just start leaving comments so that people kind of get to know you. And then the other thing I would say is engage with the people who comment on your own channel. Give them an opportunity, ask a question. I am really bad at both of these things, but give your audience a way to something to leave a comment about. So make a lot of comments, respond to comments, but pose questions that will get people to engage with your channel. I just heard this week from somebody who doesn't have a channel and told me that they went through the comments section on one of my videos and saw a whole bunch of small booktube channels and they subscribed to them. Now, it doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to watch that channel, but they want to support those channels because those channels are watching my channel, right? So if you start to think about it that way, that there are people out there who are looking at who's leaving comments, and if they're small, how can they support them in some way? So I just think those are such important things to consider that I did not consider when I first started my channel. Okay, I have gone on far too long, so I will link to a lot of videos, and I'm gonna link to a bunch of channels that I would love to see do this tag. And again, if you don't have a channel, I would love to hear about your booktube journey in the comment section down below. If you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, you can always leave an emoji, or you can give this video a thumbs up as a way of saying hello. I do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching. Booktube, remember to be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. That's another thing. I don't remember when I started doing that. So anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much. I will be back on Friday with a Friday Reads video. Bye.